Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Winner Circle Sports Betting Podcast. I'm your host, Sean Higgs. It's Monday, November the 11th, talking some NBA. Chip Chirimbes, Doug Upstone, as always, joining me here on Monday. 1-1-1 last week, 3-2-1 with our NBA picks so far. We'll look to improve on that number. We always want to sweep the board, but you can't, it is what it is, folks. These are free pick videos here. So hit the like button, notification bells on so you know when we do our daily free picks here. Chip on the weekends with Paul Bovey and Jim Feist talking some NFL. We got a live show tonight for NFL football. We got a football live on Friday with Marc Lawrence, Victor King, and myself. So again, notification bell on, like buttons, Twitter world, give us all a follow, be part of the Winner Circle family, and of course, our host, gamblersworld.net, the best sponsor ever, where you get the premium stuff. Listen, this is the freebies, and we try to win the freebies. All right, we do. Last week, 7-7, not the best showing. We'll look to improve. But if you want the premium stuff, if you want the stuff that's, college football for me, 58%, 70-something wins. Chipper goes 6-1 this weekend. Can't beat that. Doug, let me see Doug's hot run. I don't have it in front of me.
Hockey's still really good. 17-5 on hockey, so that's strong, and 16-10 on the week for all picks. So I'll take that each and every week for the rest of the season.
Right there, you go. There's a leaderboard. You see how we do. All right. I mean, we'll tell you how we're doing. Get a pick tonight. It's Monday Night Football. It's NBA. It's college hoops, whatever the case would be. It's at gamblersworld.net. 7-day college hoop special, $99. Go get it. Go ahead, Doug.
No. I'm. Go ahead. Finish the promo. I'll just add one thing about the free picks.
All right. And always 3 7-30-day packages guaranteed. We show you a profit over that time, or we credit you back, and you do it all over again. Go ahead. Free picks. Besides, is it your look ahead line?
We would have had a winning record last week, and I ended up with a loss on Thursday. And but you know what? I could have missed 3 field goals too, just like who did. Okay, yeah. So I could have done that on my own. So if he makes 2 of the 3, we're 8-6, Sean. So take it as it comes, right?
Not only that, I ended up going with the over in that Carolina game where I was saying I want to take Carolina. I like the points. I like the money line. If I would have done the other 2 that I said out of the 3 were winners. So I go 2-1 saying do this, and I picked the loser. Just like my contest picks, Jim. That's when it comes down. You got to pick something. Pick your friends. You pick your nose. You can't pick your friend's nose. I can't pick a Carolina plus points winner. But how was your weekend? I know 6-1. You've been revving it up as usual.
Yeah, well, college football was great. Yesterday in the NFL, we went 3-2. Did stub my toe at my top play, but on Saturday, we had our Don't Make Sense game. Remember I talked about that? And I thought that Iowa State coming up 2 over Kansas didn't make any sense with Kansas coming up with 4 straight losses. That was my Don't Make Sense game. And the megabuck play was Mississippi as they routed Georgia. So it was a good college weekend. We're looking forward to more of the same. And I have a big game on Monday night right now posted. So college basketball, 2-0 on the season. The NBA, we got pounded yesterday, but we'll ignore that. That didn't count, Doug. You know, you just didn't turn the page, Doug. No NBA yesterday.
There you go. I don't disagree with that. Most people aren't even looking at that right now. And so yeah, like I mentioned, 16-10 for the week. So happy about that. NHL is absolutely rolling, and had a winning week overall in terms of profit for both college and record and profit for college basketball and the NBA. So it was just a solid all around week. So I'm happy with that. Like I said, just look to continue it. And I also have I got a college play tonight, something I really like. I passed on the NBA, do have a hockey play, looking to go make it 18-5. And then the Rams game tonight against Dolphins, I got a side on that one too.
I was with you, Chip, with Ole Miss and Kansas.
Cool.
I was on
that Kansas stuck out to me. I mean, that number just looks it's so out of place. I mean, here's Iowa coming in 9-1. The other team had lost 4 in a row. Just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, and again, college pretty good for me. I see on the board here I'm 76-55. Not too bad.
Not bad at all.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Again, we've heard games up. Gamblersworld.net. Go get them. Go get them. But right now, some NBA action. And we're going to start with Doug here with the undefeated Cleveland Cavaliers laying 8 total 237 versus the Bills. I mean, what's there to say? 9-2 ATS, undefeated on the season. Pulled out a little close one there versus the Nets. It's all right. I mean, it's you can't be blowing out teams and going ATS perfect every single game. No ball. This guy, is he ever healthy? No ball for this guy's. What are the Bulls doing? Zach LaVine, I thought they should have traded him last year. Do you like the points? Do you think Cleveland keeps rolling? This is your team, Doug. That's why I'm like, you know what? Oh, Cleveland's playing. I got to give it to Doug. I know he's high on him.
Before we go there, I'd bring up just a general question about the NBA, and this is also for people to comment on at the same time. Has anybody watched any NBA yet this year?
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh, okay. I mean, I haven't watched much. 5 minutes here and there, a couple of different games and stuff like that. And then from what I saw, and then what I went back and we've all been looking at the numbers. I mean, it's gotten to the point where it's unwatchable. And what I mean by that is it's not that the action's bad. More than 40% of the shots, I believe, being taken are 3-pointers.
Right.
So there's 2 or 3 passes, drive to the basket, kick it out. Okay. Nobody driving to the basket to score. It's just a jump shooting contest. And, and that's, you can blame the players and you can blame Steph Curry or, however, all that other stuff. This is the coaches and the front office are setting the agenda for this, how it's supposed to be played. And it's a poor brand of basketball to watch. It is, it's just uneventful. To me, it's like, what was that stupid trampoline thing that they had? Or was it where the people would, in the summertime, like a bouncy floor, so guys could jump and run and dunk the ball, okay, in some summer league garbage, it's kind of gotten to be that point. And it's just, to me, it's too bad because the product is good. Ratings are down, okay, and they want to keep building the products. I don't know if any other countries are going to watch this either, to tell you the truth. You guys got any thoughts on it?
They're just playing horse out there. Trying to match distance shots, like you said. The Celtics, I think, took 61 3-pointers the other night, and that's incredible. Like you said, no one's working the ball, no one's working the ball inside, and I guess if you want to watch basketball, your best shot is to watch the collegiate game right now. Probably the women as well.
Yeah.
The old basics, right? It's like, can we hit a free throw? Does anybody have a 15-foot jump shot?
Right.
No. I mean, I'm 2-2 on the site with NBA. I'm not running a bet NBA. It's tough. We're doing a video in early afternoon here with 3 games, and now I know they switched around the who can play, who sits kind of nonsense with their load management nonsense. But the fact that that's even a thing is a joke.
Right.
We got the Lorenzo Ball's been out 50 games the last 2 years. Like, I mean, these guys, you don't know what kind of products on the field. Who's watching? Again, it's like an all-star game. Let's go out and shoot threes. Steph Curry's, he's the greatest shooter ever. He's ruined the game because everybody wants to see, hey, watch me shoot from half court. You see these kids in high school, college, same nonsense. That's not a game. This isn't a fun game to watch. I mean, we're three old guys yelling at the cloud, but come on, man. This is no fundamental.
I'm sorry, Seth Curry, though. I mean, he gets, like I just said before, he gets blamed for that. But Seth Curry makes as many layups as anybody in the NBA. Okay, I mean he does. If he drives the ball, goes to the basket, he
makes so many more bombs that people want to be.
He makes bombs that captivates people's attention. Okay, that's what he does. But in terms of the guy's a first ballot Hall of Famer, and deservedly so. I can argue with anybody about him all day long. With his ability and his talent, it's just the teams and the coaches, along with the analytics departments of these teams, they have chosen now to play the game this way. Okay, that it's nothing more than that. It's not like the players are saying, "Oh, gee, I have to go out there and I have to make more threes." They got to make more threes because they want to play on the floor. That's why they all expanded their games. Go ahead, Chip.
Doug, when you got a shooter like Curry, and he's the best I have ever seen. Period. Yeah. I don't care what anyone says. My opinion. When you have a guy like him throwing them in at the rate he's throwing them in, it's really much more productive than working around for a 2-point shot where you may get fouled and only make one of the free throws anyway. And how about these guys that are get fouled on these 3-point shots and they come in and they bang out 3 free throws right off the top? But like I said, you can't blame Curry. Those are the rules. He's playing among the rules, and everyone else is trying to catch up with him, I think. But he's the forerunner on that without question. And I do think it's ruined the game. It's not a fundamentally sound game like Sean had said anymore. It's just throwing. You're playing horse. See if you can match my shot. I'll match your shot. It's and the game. And plus, back the NBA game doesn't tip off until someone has a 20-point lead. That becomes obvious nowadays.
Yes. Well, speaking of shooting and scoring, well, how about the Cleveland Cavaliers? Number one in scoring,
Right.
number one in shooting percentage, number one in 3-point accuracy. Gee, I wonder why they're 11-0 and 9-2. They're winning their games by 12.2 points per game, and on the road they're even better. It's 13. Looking at the Bulls, I'd love to take the Bulls here as a home underdog. Okay, it seems like the right spot. It's a division game. The works here, but here's the thing. The Bulls aren't a particularly good shooting team. They make a lot of threes, but they don't make a good percentage of threes. Now, if they make 20 of them tonight, okay, then I think they got a shot if they do that. But I just don't see it coming from right now in this situation. And the Bulls, they're 1-5 the last 6 times against the spread. They're a home underdog of 6.5 to 12. I'm going to take somewhat begrudgingly, but I'll take Cleveland or minus the 8 on this one.
Cleveland minus the 8. I really don't hate it. I was thinking maybe like an under. Like you said, the Bulls got 23s to make this thing competitive. Yeah, I lean under. Official Doug Upstone play. Bulls minus 8. Chip, thoughts on this one?
It's hard for me to play Cleveland just when I look at the game. Here's an undefeated team. And they've been great against the number, too, 9-2. Chicago undermanned always. It just seems, Doug, like every year come up, Chicago's got somebody hurt, somebody's on the shelf, or some people aren't making it. Cleveland's won 7 straight meetings, and the last time Chicago won was an overtime game. Head-to-head, only 3 of the last 10 have gone over, but I think this is an over game because, like you said, Cleveland's offense is just outrageous right now. I think I'd be running my head first into a wall to try and play against them. I'd lean towards Chicago if I was to play the game. I'm not using it, and I think I'd play this game over, or I would play Chicago, but it's not my pick here. It's Doug's, but I'll take the Bulls.
All right. Hey, look, like you said, you just really love it. Doesn't make a difference. I say it all the time. Like, I sort of like something. It's not our game. Doug dove head first into the deep end. Says I'm going to find something for you guys to get down on. He likes the Cavs minus the 8. And again, how do you say no? They're just running along, clicking on all cylinders. But be sure to find Doug's premium stuff at gamblersworld.net. Again, free pick, Cavs minus 8. Next game up. The Brooklyn Nets, no longer New Jersey Nets. They weren't the Swamp Dragons. I had to go do a deep dive into the Swamp Dragons after I brought them up a couple weeks ago. The Swamp Dragons. They are favored here. This is all you need to know about the Pelicans. Oh, Zion's out again, that big chubby clown, that guy. This is the year I'm going to do it. Yeah, okay. Nets minus 1.5, total 211, 4-6 record, but a lovely 8-2 against the spread piece. They're favored, though. So, most of the time the Nets are taking points. Now they're favored. The Pellies, 2-8 ATS. That's all you need to know. They're a hot mess. I know where I would lean on this one here, but this is Chip Chirimbes' game.
Thank you.
What do you got?
This Brooklyn surprising everyone, 8-2 against the number. And on the other side of the coin, the mirror image, we have the Pelicans at 2-8, only 3-7 straight up, 2-8 against the points, that is. They won both meetings against Brooklyn last year. It just seems like a new rejuvenated Nets club. And, teams that are rated, say, the way the Nets are, that are weak talent-wise overall. Of course, they give great effort, particularly the beginning part of the year, and that's the best time, I think, to try and take a shot with them because they get beat down and the talent level sort of eases itself off as the season wears on. But Brooklyn has been great. I mean, they're 4-4. They lost their last 2 contests to Cleveland by 4 and to Boston went in overtime. So they're really competitive. And the team that's not competitive is New Orleans. They've lost 8 of their last 9, the last 4 consecutively. And guys, listen to this. They've lost by 15, by 18, by 9, and by 27 last time out. Number 27 defense in the league. They got outscored 74-30 in the paint the last game because Sean, your boy Williamson, is out again. Of course, he has a hangnail or who knows what. And you can't deny that when he's in there, his production is so vital to this team winning.
Yeah.
Brandon Ingram was the only player among the top 6 that suited up in their last game. So they're crippled. And yet, seeing Brooklyn as a favorite on the road, it's just something that I have trouble accepting. So I'm going to take a wild fling here that New Orleans is the side that somehow they're going to put it together. They're expecting one or two of these guys who have been out to return. So I'll take the Pelicans here. The 2-8 against the number Pelicans against the 8-2 against the spread. Brooklyn Nets, but I'll take New Orleans at home. Maybe that smoothie arena rough or something, and they'll cool off the Nets.
Pellies plus 1.5. All right. I would have been more onto the under there. I look at some of these past numbers posted between both of these teams, and they're kind of like higher into the teens, low 20s, 220s, and you see a 211. But again, when you're a walking machine like the Pelicans, I guess I think the scoring will be down. But
I was thinking about using the under as well, but when I saw their defensive rating was so low, I mean, they don't,
Yeah.
So I got the Pelicans. Watch out.
Yeah, and like you said, the Nets is a favorite. Do we want to be there? I'm not really so, especially playing two kind of good games, tough games versus better teams. Maybe it flips the line a little bit because they were competitive and almost beat a team. Doug, thoughts?
Yeah, I understand what everybody's saying here, and there's nothing I can disagree with. I just went further into the numbers, and I'm going to take somewhat of the opposite approach of Chip, is that the Nets being a favorite doesn't necessarily make sense, but yet the odds makers made them that. Okay, so there's obviously a reason why they did, and among the reasons that I was able to come up with is that there's 3 teams that have a worse scoring differential in the NBA than New Orleans: Washington, Portland, Utah. The Pelicans are minus 10.3 points per game, being outscored. Also, with them, they are next to last in shots given up within 5 feet of the basket. Okay, they are also last in field goal percentage within 5 feet of the basket, despite the fact that Williams has played there. They have all these injuries. Do I like the Nets as a road favorite? Can't say that I do, but I'd rather take the Nets in that position to take where the Pelicans are with everything they got going wrong with them right now. So I'll side with the road favorite and see what happens on this one.
All right. Hey, it's a 1.5 for a reason between these two clubs. One's 4-6, the other one is 3-6 or whatever. So
3-7.
It's not like we got two juggernauts going at it like top of the line here, folks. Free picks though. Free pick for the video. Pelicans plus 1.5. Cavaliers -8. My game. The Clippers and the Thunder. Clippers, a touchdown, plus 7 points, total of 218. The Thunder, 8-2 straight up, 7-3 ATS. Coming off a game, I'm not going to dilly-dally this one. At one point, Golden State had a 30-point lead on you at home. That is just not right. That's a team you're supposed to kind of get up for, especially on a team like Golden State that's actually playing pretty good. Like they only have 2 It's not like it's it's Golden State by name only and they're 4-4 or something. That's not the case. That's not the case with them. They're actually winning some games here. And if that is you're supposed to be your competition, OKC's thought of as a championship caliber team. Let's get to the finals, championship, whatever the case would be, win the division. You get down by 30 at home, sort of make it competitive. Not so much. I'm going to look for you here. And I'm going to look for you to come out, forget about laying the 7. And then the Clippers got their own problem. That's a whole another when someone wants to take the Clippers, we could learn into why you want to take the Clippers plus 7. I'm not looking to do that. First half, first quarter, 2.5 for the first quarter, a 3.5 first half. Get that nasty taste out of your mouth. Come out, jump on the Clippers like they just assaulted your mother and took her purse. Jump out to a lead and get on with it. I don't want to, can they pull away and win this by 10 late? Sure. Going away, nice win. But I say early on, You got embarrassed. It's time to come out strong. Make a little quasi statement or however you want to word it. Give me Thunder first quarter 2.5 and a first half 3.5. A little double dip. There you go. For you parlay people, you like your parfaits, you sickos. There you go. You got 2 plays from me in this game. Doug.
I'm a little confused now with Oklahoma City, just in general, because now Chet Holmgren is out for it's more than 10 weeks, because they said they will reevaluate him in 10 weeks. Right. So he's 3 months out. Okay, let's just put it that way. So I mean, this is still a good team, and they have played well without him in the past. But I'm looking at the Clippers on the road so far, 3-0 straight up and against the spread. They're well coached. They're playing good defense. They're playing at their pace of game. But here's the thing. They're going to Oklahoma City, okay, where they are most recently 1-11 straight up, 2-10 against the spread, okay? Now, Sean, tell me something about Oklahoma City that I should know, just before I get to my pick, because this is something you should know, too. What's the capital of Oklahoma?
I want to talk. If I'm going to Oklahoma, I'm just thinking about Tulsa, and I just know from the TV show.
Oh,
I gave it to you. It's Oklahoma City.
Oh no! No! I thought you said tell me something about it. I was like, I was like, no, it's gonna be Tulsa because of the TV show.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I missed. I was just thinking about what I know about Oklahoma. I'm like the Tulsa TV show, like Nebraska, like Omaha Steaks. I thought you were just asking for like a fun thing about Oklahoma.
You brought up the capital.
You need a civics lesson, Sean.
Yes.
I was just not listening properly to what you're saying. That's why I'm like, give me Tulsa for the TV show, because I thought we were just talking. That was all right. Yeah, we were talking about capitals the other day. I would have said Oklahoma City. I apologize. I had random Oklahomas in my head, like the musical.
So with Oklahoma, the capital of the Oklahoma City, the capital of the state, okay, and this one with the Clippers having other problems there, I can't take the side or the total or anything on that one. So I'm going to go with Zubek, the center for the Clippers. His over/under for points and rebounds is 28.5, and with no Holmgren in there, I think he's got an excellent chance to get to 30 at least on this one. So that's my pick on this one, over 28.5 for Zubek for points and rebounds.
A player prop out of this game for Doug on the Thunder and the Clippers. And you mentioned the Clippers winning on the road, back-to-back wins, Denver and Golden State to start the year. Nice little spots there for Clipper fans. But again, I'm not a big Clipper guy, so I'm going to say as much as he's out and this team's kind of banged up a little bit, Thunder, they are deep though. They are a deep team. So, Chip, what do you think about this one? 7 and a 218.
It's a rematch from a game that was played at LA. It had Oklahoma City as a make-up winner that day. They win 105-92. That was on November 2nd. Now it's turnabout here to go to LA. But, you've got Chet Holmgren, who's out again, and the perennially hurt player for LA, Mike Trout. Oh, no, excuse me, Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is in, and he's never playing, and yet the Clippers' defense is third in the NBA, allowing 106 points a game. I'm just going to – I would have a lean on the Clippers just because they've already played this team at home and they got beat. They are 6-4 with a winning record, so I think this one's supposed to play closer to the number and expect it to be like a buzzer beater at the end.
See, again, you bring up that 5.5-point favorites. Again, full-strength team there for the Thunder. And now it's only 7 at home. Is he that much –
my camera.
All right, Doug didn't.
I didn't fall over. The camera did.
I thought we were having an earthquake. I really did.
Yeah. I was like, man, did Doug just keel over? No, it was just the phone. I was hoping it was the phone because he didn't make any noise. Like, oh no, like the chair went or something. That's me. You think I'd fall over with my fat chair, like it would break underneath my weight or something? Like, oh my goodness. So 5.5 up to a 7, even though a solid contributor is out. Is he a 3 or 4 point guy to the line? When you look at this line, right? 5.5 on the road, 7 at home, which we think would just be 10 with him playing.
I mean, I think Holmgren's worth 1.5 to 2. Let's put it that way. But I think they're taking into consideration how well the Clippers are playing, generally speaking. And the total again is what?
It is 218.
Yeah. See, that's. I mean, that's a little bit to the middle, I think, on that one between the two teams. So, yeah, I mean, if Holmgren's there, I would think that I would say probably 8.5 to 9. That's what I would think the line would be.
How about you mentioned Zubik? What about if you look at a prop? Again, this is just randoms. We're just bringing it up. Maybe a Harden back to the team who drafted him, although it was 15 years ago, whenever he last played. It's a revenge game. It's a revenge game versus my old team.
Still in the league? Harden's still in the league?
He's averaging 20 points a game for this team.
And he only gives up 22.
You got to. I mean, he's always shooting 35% too. Listen, I'm not going to knock Harden. The guy's probably going to the Hall of Fame, but he's had a nice run. Listen, my pick here. We're going first quarter, first half for the Thunder. Again, Doug brought up good points on why we're probably the 7 is too much. I'm looking at it as you had a bad game, you got embarrassed, come out at home, get out to a lead, and then whatever happens in the second half. How many times? I think Chip said it, right? The game doesn't tip off till the second half or till somebody gets up by about 26. Yeah. Usually the case. Let it be the Thunder early first half, -2.5 for the first quarter, 3.5 for the first half for me here as our free pick. Clippers Thunder. Nets Pelicans from Chip. Pellies +1.5. Doug likes the Cavaliers -8 over the Bulls. But before we get out of here, it is November 11th.
It is.
This is a free pick video, so the free picks here, hit the like button. Premium stuff at gamblersworld.net. Chips, Doug, myself, and 11 other top handicappers. 3 730-day packages guaranteed. College football tip-off, $99. But again, I don't know what happened on November 11th today because the fun hasn't happened yet in the sports world. But I'm sure something's happened somewhere along the line.
Sean, I could tell you. I could fill you in right now, Sean.
November. Who would have thought? I'm glad I brought it up.
Listen, November 11th was a very big day in 1944 for the New York Rangers because they broke their 25-game winless streak, 21-4. Still stands as a record. They beat Detroit that day. In 1946, the New York Knicks played their first professional game under the Basketball Association of America, which was the forerunner of the NBA, and they lost to the Chicago Stags 78-68. This one's kind of interesting. In 1981, Fernando Valenzuela was named Rookie of the Year.
All right.
And Cy Young Award winner, the first time and only time that's ever happened. And we just lost Fernando, I think, in the past 2 weeks. In 1987, Roger Clemens received a Cy Young from the Boston Red Sox. It was his second straight Cy Young, but the goof was he went to Toronto and won some more, and then went to the Yankees and won some World Series. So the Red Sox thought they had enough of him, but he decided to compete with Barry Bonds and become one of the greats of all time. One of the greats of all time that is being denied entrance into the Hall of Fame because just rumors now, that they were using illegal drugs.
Fernando had some good years.
He had 7. At the end of his career, you'd be surprised how many. I mean, he was like 150 to 125 or 180. But I thought his record would be much better. At the end, his last 5-6 years, he went 1-11, 2-7. He was really struggling, and he wasn't throwing the ball over the plate. I remember he just didn't want to throw a strike. But he had some incredible years. Those first couple of years, nobody could put the bat on the ball.
He again, I'm not going to dive into his stats though. Yeah. Just crazy. I mean, he's one of those guys, like all 80s kind of pitchers, and before that, when you look at like complete games and innings pitched, guys coming out 13-7, 11 complete games and 25 starts his rookie year, 8 shutouts.
8 shutouts. I would say he had like 7. It seemed like he had 7 in a row, but 8 shutouts as a rookie.
1986, 34 games, 20 complete games.
Yeah, 20. And that's why his career was shortened. I mean, there's no two ways about it. I mean,
they're throwing that screwball too. That really puts pressure.
Yeah, puts a lot of pressure.
Hold on a second. The guy, at 35 years old, he had 31 starts for the Padres in 1996. It wasn't like he wasn't pitching.
Right.
No, he was pitching. He just wasn't pitching effectively. And still in baseball, it's because he was left-handed.
I disagree because he was 13-8 with a 3.62 ERA that year at 35, which isn't a bad. That's a
No,
decent.
that's not bad.
Didn't he have like a 2-11 year in there, Sean?
The
somewhere?
next year, 2-12, his final year. 2-12, his final year. He was 2-8 with the Padres in 13 starts, 0-4 with St. Louis in 5 starts. So
he lost.
That was the bad year. 2-12 with a 4 ERA, and that was it. Though he didn't come back after that. But I mean, you take out a 2-12 year. You take out that he's still 171 and 141. I mean,
141.
Not a bad or 3.5 ERA. Okay, 113 complete games, which back then is that's an average pitcher. That's like a fifth starter. Now he'd be, oh my goodness, he's the best. He'd be a workhorse. They'd be building monuments to him. Well, they should have a monument towards him because he was just awesome anyway.
They do.
What a start to the career.
They do have a monument there to him.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They do have a monument for Fernando. But I'm just saying in today's world, he'd be like, oh my goodness, look at these numbers.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't matter. He'd never get the opportunity. But
that's part 2 of it. They don't give opportunities like that anymore.
No.
That is your day in sports, November 11th. But we're going to concentrate on Fernando because at least that's like my youth, and I could jump into 80s baseball. I love that kind of stuff.
And let's not forget Veterans Day, by the way, too.
It is Veterans Day. I always, my brother's a Marine.
I get a free dinner at Denny's.
Chipper's a Marine, right? You're a Marine or Army?
No, United States Army. I was drafted.
Drafted. Okay, there you go.
It's called Vietnam. It was Vietnam at that time.
Yeah, that's a good college, University of South Vietnam back in the day, right?
Yeah. Jungle warfare.
I like to watch my old Miami Vice episodes on Universal Channel on Prime, and a couple of them have like Vietnam type themes. Obviously, it was like 1984, 85,
right?
And a lot of shows back then, they always had somebody like the president, some guy who was served in Vietnam. Like now,
Rambo.
They don't even. Maybe it's I don't watch a lot of TV. Are there a lot of shows that are have pull stories out of? Probably not, because it was a. At least as much as a hated, unwanted war, they this rabbit hole Iraq.
Yeah, it wasn't popular, and it didn't correlate well to TV. It was a bad scenario all around.
Yeah, and that's what the show kind of did. And it's just I try to watch shows, and it's like weird how things coming out of those generations. Before that, you had it's the wall in Berlin. Now it's so well. Whatever. I don't want to get us demonetized and deplatformed here. We start talking crazy TV shows, but anyway, off the rails as usual. That's how we roll. We're normal for a little bit, and then we go into the past, and we just all of our oldness comes out. That's the way it is, folks. You got to take the good. You got to take the free pick winners and some wackiness from us. Sorry. All right, listen. Pelicans plus 1.5, Cavaliers -8, and your Thunder first quarter, first half. Hit the like button. Leave a comment if you like Miami Vice and Fernando Venezuela. If you didn't, I know what to tell you. Sorry. You're missing out. Good luck, everybody. We will see you tomorrow. And tonight, what did I say? Tonight, live show, college football. Monday Night Live, 7 p.m. Eastern. And that's that. Good luck. Bye-bye.